Hello, hello. Happy hump day. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am pretty excited for today. It is our first Halloween event. The kids, especially my son, loves Halloween. He loves the decorations, he loves the animatronics, he loves everything about Halloween, to be honest. And we are going, me and my two younger kids. The oldest one has to miss out because she's in driver's training, Mila. We're going to like a Halloween event, and we did it last year. It was really a lot of fun. It's decent weather. You never know what you're going to get in October in Michigan, so we're excited. And then my husband's going to be staying home working on Mila's new room. We're moving all of our stuff around. If you're on Instagram, you've probably seen some of that. But we are having a really busy night between getting Mila to driver's training, getting everyone ready, going, and we're just having a quick nachos for dinner. So I'm debating if I'm even going to eat nachos with the kids or wait till we get home from trick-or-treating and have more time for my meal. So we'll see. But that's the cool thing about fasting is I am not like in a hangry mode trying to figure it out. I've already been fasting. Today, I'm already past 24 hours because I met my mom for lunch yesterday, which means since I'm past lunchtime, I have 24 hours past my fast. So we'll see what happens, but I hope you guys have wonderful, fabulous eating window plans and your fast is going well and all that. We will get into some comments and then, before comments, one more thing that I wanted to mention. Last week, I think it was last week, maybe it was the week before, someone asked if I've been reading Jen Stevens' new Delay, Don't Deny. And I've been reading that since I started, beforehand. But really, it looks extremely similar. She does talk about the clean fasting now. And then I was comparing, like, even chapters that she are still titled the same. There are still changes. Now, if you've read Fast, Feast, Repeat and you've read Delay, Don't Deny, I don't think you need the new book. However, I kind of feel like Jen has done a lot for me, so I'm happy to support her by buying the new Delay, Don't Deny, having it in my library, having the updated version. If you're someone that's brand new to fasting and you're deciding which one to buy, I definitely would buy the new Delay, Don't Deny. But they're very similar. Obviously, her weight loss story hasn't changed. She just continues to learn more about fasting, and she didn't clean fast when she did Delay, Don't Deny originally. So it's now incorporated into the new edition. So I think she's refined some of her points of view, and that is reflected in the new edition, but it's not like a drastically different book. I was going like paragraph by paragraph on, for instance, the exercise chapter. They're almost the same, but then it is different. Like she has changed some of it, but some paragraphs are exactly the same. The message in general is pretty much the same. But I think that it's great to support her, so I'd still buy it if you have the funds and you're interested in seeing what it is. It's not necessary if you have Fast, Feast, Repeat and Delay, Don't Deny, or you're already really in a fasting journey. If you're looking for which one to buy, I would definitely buy the second edition. But I am going to have a whole video review, not even a review because I don't think it's like up to me to review, but my thoughts on it, I guess. That will be coming out soon. But we're going to get started. Hello to St. Louis Ammo Man. I love saying hi to you guys every week, seeing familiar faces or names, I guess, at this point. Hello, Patty. Happy Wednesday to you too. Down day today and looking forward to a nice up day tomorrow. Yay, I hope you enjoy it. I've actually not done any down days, up days recently because I'm doing the 1 hour eating window for all of October. And with that, I can't do an up day. So I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to doing one really early in November. Hi, Sheila. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you. I hope we enjoy the activities. And if I don't talk to you next week, I hope you have a wonderful actual Halloween yourself. Hattie Rose, also in Michigan, is on hour 19 of a 36-hour fast. You're over halfway done. Woohoo! Make sure you have a proper refeed day. I don't know how new you are to fasting, but I'm cheering for you. Good for you. Harold. Hi, Harold. Hope you're doing well in Washington. I always love the little public market center. I've gone to the public market once and I loved it. It was one of my first cross-country trips. It was a work trip and I loved every second of being away. Oh, thank you, Scott. Saying I've given the most sound, logical advice. I just try to approach it as to what's helped me. And I feel like there's no sense in not being honest and truthful. And I'm glad that it has resonated with you. Let's see. St. Louis Amelman ate a fried pork fritter on toast with buffalo sauce a few minutes ago and overnight oats with blueberry, strawberry, and raspberries a couple hours ago. I'm down till 8:30 tomorrow morning feeling great. That sounds, I'm like imagining a pork fritter. I don't really know for sure what that is, but it sounds really good. And that combination, like on top of toast with buffalo sauce, yeah, I definitely eat that. I've never had overnight oats. I don't know why, but they sound good. I hope that carries you through. It sounds like a wonderful eating window. Good morning, Jana in Canada. How to start one meal a day. So I think, honestly, one of the best, I see the next comment here says you eat 2 meals. If I were you and you can do 2 meals pretty well, I would kind of bite the bullet. And you are, for one, are going to know yourself better than me. But if you already can fast and only eat 2 meals a day, I would allow yourself, like, make a meal plan for the week of 7 meals that you really look forward to. So if you love pot roasts and mashed potatoes with rolls and lots of carrots in it, I don't know, whatever it is, have that meal prepared and ready. And then have a meal on Tuesday that's prepared and ready. And the same for Wednesday, meals that you're really going to look forward to. Because as you give up one of the 2 meals, you also have that other one to look forward to. And when you really can enjoy it to satisfaction and you find a lot of joy and you try to have like a well-rounded, has the nutrients you need, has food that you really like meal, and you get to enjoy it to satisfaction, it's going to be easier to fast and repeat that behavior. So I would definitely make sure that as you're biting the bullet, you're eliminating one of the meals, that it's food that you really enjoy. Also, don't be so legalistic about what is one meal. Personally, if I open my eating window with pistachios and cheese, one of my favorite ways to open my eating window, I count that as like an appetizer. And then I have an entree if we're having, like tonight we're having nachos. If I'm not even sure that I'm having those, but nachos are the meal of today that we've prepared. If I had pistachios and cheese and then I had nachos and I still wanted a donut at the cider or the orchard, if we went to an orchard that night as dessert, I'm not worried like, oh, does that fit a legal definition of one meal a day? I had appetizer, entree, and dessert. And allowing yourself to do that when it works or when the evening calls for it. I think being flexible with what one meal is going to really be beneficial to living the lifestyle. So on average, I would say that my eating window is 2 hours or less. It's often 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 4 hours. I'm much less inclined to be worried about the like minutes and more like I eat dinner and sometimes I have a snack before, often have a snack after. What that time frame looks like is short, but it may not be one plate. So don't get too hung up on what is one meal. Don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, or whatever the 2 you're not eating are, and allow yourself to enjoy it. And those are my tips to adjusting to one meal. Oh, thank you. I was a little nervous because my hair is I just let it air dry today, and it looked a little crazy right before I came over here. So thank you. That is really nice of you to say that. Dawn says, so bummed my phone died and the data from my window app didn't carry over. Oh, you're so close to 1,000 too. That honestly breaks my heart for you, Dawn. So it was like tied to your phone and not to your account information. I'm really sorry. All I can say is I 100% would be bummed with you. I'm bummed on your behalf and it doesn't even impact me. That is literally the only reason I'm not even exploring other apps is I like my streak going. I totally forgot last week when I hit 1,500, I didn't do anything. I mean, I didn't really plan to do a special thing, but like even film like, woohoo, 1,500 or something. But I don't want to try something new because I don't want to lose my streak. So I 100% understand how upsetting that would be. And I'm so sorry that I didn't carry forward like with your username and password. RIP your streak. I know you have it still. Ugh. Jana says, with my husband, I feel bad to change for myself. So I'm saying you're saying 3 different texts. You don't know why. I bet every time you hit enter, it came in. But I'm guessing you mean you don't want to give up a meal with him, maybe. Honestly, so for me, and this is like, again, it's going to be very built on your personal life. I give up breakfast and lunch most of the time. The weekends, it would make an impact, but I'm not around. My kids eat breakfast right before school. They eat lunch most days at school. And then when they're home on breaks or weekends, it's just so normal to not eat together anyways. I'm not giving up like a fun lunch or something that we're doing. And if there is an opportunity to do that, I kind of move my eating windows or I'll plan an up day. But for the most part, I'm missing out on like leftovers for lunch or bowl of cereal with fruit for breakfast or something like that. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on much. That's why I prioritize dinners, because that is the meal we have most frequently together as a family. As far as like feeling bad, my husband, like, he knew why I was doing it. He saw me like enjoying the lifestyle. And I don't feel like he ever felt like I was excluding with him, because even if he were eating and I weren't, and we wanted to spend time together, I can still spend time with him and have a sparkling bubbly water or a fresh coffee or a cup of tea. If that is important, but you don't want to eat, you could have that kind of stuff, like a new drink, and still spend the time together. But I don't think my husband ever took it personally, especially because I do prioritize dinner as a family as my OMAD. I don't know what I said, Sheila, but you're welcome. I'm sorry, I'm already like lost in my brain here. Hi, Mom. Also moderator, also known as Joni. What app do you use? Okay, let's see what Dawn's answer is. It's the window app. I reached out to the company, but I haven't heard back. Ooh, hopefully they get back to you with favorable answers. Okay, so it treats you like a new person. I guess if you can't get it back, it's the time to, you have the availability to shop around for apps, but that breaks my heart for you still. Oh, good luck. Let's see. Keeping it positive is in Ferndale. Hello. I'm on day 1 of my 3-day fast. Woohoo. Yay. I'm cheering for you. I was just looking up what December is for the next community fast. So December 1st falls on a Sunday, and that will be the next community 3-day fast. I was grateful it wasn't, I guess it makes sense, but I was like, I might be traveling early December, and it was not over that weekend. So, whew. Good for you on the 3-day fast. I hope today, day 1, like the first meal that I skip is always the worst for me as far as like feeling hungry. And then my body like kicks into gear. So I hope you have the same, like after this, it's a coast. Happy Wednesday to Janelle. Stephanie says, I love your advice to make things you don't love on down days or full fast days. It makes it so much easier to skip my nightly dinner. 100%. I want to skip when they insist on sloppy joes. Okay, this is hilarious because do you know what? When I think of meals that I want, I say, Alexa, add, and then I say whatever meal. I told her I wanted sloppy joes because I saw something and I thought, we've had sloppy joes in forever. And I love sloppy joes. So it's funny that that is a meal you want to skip. And I just put it on my meal plan for next week because it sounded so good to me. But yes, like pasta, I don't hate pasta. I almost did like a gagging, but that's not true. I don't hate pasta. I don't love pasta either, though. I can skip it. So when my family wants to eat boxed spaghetti and jarred sauce, they love it. It is so easy for me to skip it. In fact, I made it last night for dinner. After I had lunch with my mom, I knew I wasn't eating dinner. That was a very easy meal, and my family loves it. You would think it's like, ugh, they're boring to feed, but it's perfect. You're right. Making food that you're indifferent to makes your family happy and makes you not feel like you're missing out. So I'm glad that works for you, Stephanie. But I do want a sloppy joe. Juana says, hey, Jackie, 10 months in and 60 pounds. Holy moly. Woohoo. Love this lifestyle and food freedom. Yay. I'm with you. I'm so happy for you. And I love the food freedom for myself. I'm glad that you found it. And every single person that shares with me their success and their joy brings me so much joy. So thank you for sharing in reverse. And I know that there's someone, at least someone, probably 50, because there's 50 on there right now, or 50 watching, that are inspired by you sharing. So thank you. Woohoo, Mom is cheering. Dawn's cheering. It is just it's such a testament that people can find food freedom and enjoy it. And I think that is such an underrated part of the fasting is I have found success with Weight Watchers, but I dreaded it the entire time. You are saying you love this lifestyle, you're finding success, and you're finding like a mental freedom with it. I'm so excited for you. Stephanie says, I think I got burnt out on it because I didn't know how to cook much else when we first got married. Oh, 15 years later, I'm a pro. That's probably a huge key to it because we rarely have it. It's one of those things I don't think of. The funny thing is, I think it was Rachel Ray had like a sloppy Giuseppe. It's like a really fancier version of sloppy Joe. And I made it and it had like homemade diced peppers and like the sauce was made completely from scratch. And I thought it was so good. And maybe I'm mixing like, I was inspired by the recipe and then I found a different one. I really don't remember what I made, but I made it and I didn't tell my husband it was homemade. And I honestly expected him to be like, oh my gosh, these are the best sloppy joes ever, which is what I was thinking. He was like, you should get the other can again. I like those ones better. So he without knowing it, he told me he liked Manwich way better than my homemade version. But he is such a picky eater that if it tastes different than what he expects, it's just, the expected is better. So I was like, oh, I like to make it homemade so much more, but we don't do it often. So when I make it, it sounds good. And I always put mustard, cheddar cheese, and raw onion on mine. Yum. As I mentioned, I am 24 hours into the fast, so I'm hungry in a look forward to eating sense, even though I can continue fasting. But now I want a sloppy Joe today. Let's see. Scott says the spaghetti and meatballs at the Cheesecake Factory is amazing. Wow. See that? I would never go there and get spaghetti and meatballs. And I actually love meatballs, but that's one thing no one else in my family eats. But maybe I'll have to consider that. But pasta is just not my go-to anywhere. But I like the Cheesecake Factory. I like their mashed potatoes and the Parmesan chicken. That was very good. Yeah, so I'm caught up on comments, but one thing that is super fun at our house lately is my daughter did her first road driving test yesterday, or not test, she didn't test, but her first time on the road in a car. And she's drove, golf carts and she rides that around in her neighborhood, and she's drove cars in parking lots, but she was on the road with other drivers and she survived. So, woohoo! I'm so excited for her, and I'm so excited that she's doing it with someone else and not me, because that's the part that scares me, is us being in the car together, figuring it out, because I'm a little bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to driving. I think she's capable, but I don't want to be in the car with her, scaring her with me being scared. Let's see. Cool Water says you're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Some days it feels like I'm almost right there, and then some days I'm like, it feels so far away. Yes, I do have very exciting plans to celebrate. One of my big dreams in life is to go to New York City and, excuse me, sorry. In case you're curious, sparkling water with raspberry element is in here. We're going to New York City. My husband has pretty much given me blanket permission to plan the trip that I want to New York City. So he knows it's New York City. He's a picky eater. I'm not, but he said he'll go anywhere with me that I want to eat. So we're going to do, I don't know, it really depends on when I hit 100,000 subscribers, and is it in the middle of basketball season or is it spring break? I don't know when it's going to be, but around there, we're going to go to New York City, just the two of us, and he will let me pick where I want to stay, what I want to eat, and it's going to be a fun foodie trip. So I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I've never been to New York City. I like crowds. I like busyness. I like hustle and bustle. So I'm very excited to just be there. And I want to stay somewhere that had lots of yummy, like I want street vendor food, and I don't know, I have like a list of places I keep saving, and then I'll have to prioritize, and it will be one giant massive up day. So that's how I'm going to celebrate, and I can't wait. Woo! But I have to wait. Dawn says, I'm considering joining a gym. I want to work out at home, but I rarely do. Oh, you know what? It's like you're in my brain. I think that same, like, oh, maybe if I join a gym, but I don't think I'd probably do any better. I'm really bad about routine. We are setting up, we have a home gym that was in a bedroom, but we're shifting everything, and we actually are going to have more room for our gym equipment. And I'm really hoping and planning to make more of a routine of like small things that I enjoy doing. I wish I had advice for you, but I don't, because I'm the same. Like, I have stuff at home. I have the ability. I have the time. I need to make it a priority. And that's my next big goal, is to make working out routine. Because there are things I like. I just don't prioritize it. I'm with you, Dawn. Let me know what you figure out. Courtney Lee Antley says, hey, Jackie, I can't believe I catch you live. Yay, I'm glad you're here. I want to thank you for keeping me motivated to keep fasting. Have a great afternoon. Oh, thank you, Courtney. And thank you. Courtney has a Facebook group, and it's Christian and fasting oriented. So thank you for what you do too. And I love seeing people share it in ways that are important to them and to what works. And I just think it's great. Sharing with others, inspiring them, being a part of a community is such an important part of fasting, honestly. Beta, I hope I said that right. Probably not, but hi, I recently found your channel. I've been binge watching. I started fasting 6 weeks ago and already did 2 72-hour fasts. Holy moly, go you. I heard that longer fasts can slow metabolism. What do you think? Okay, this is like my always blanket statement of I'm not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. I share my experiences. So I've read a lot, and my reading has showed me that if you have a longer fast and you properly refeed, that is where the refeed comes in and is very important. And again, not a scientist or a medical professional. This is how I understand it and how I'm basically regurgitating it to you, and what keeps me from doing the up days and down days, or keeps me doing them the way I do. A longer fast, when you properly refeed, your body doesn't worry that you're starving. It understands that you are going to, and you have access to food, and you're going to refeed it again. So when you do the longer fast and you properly refeed it, your body isn't going to freak out. That's the way I interpret and internalize it and keep going. If you were to do the 72-hour fast and then you had an OMAD and you didn't eat very much, your body's like, oh, so when we do the longer fast and we tap into fat stores, we still won't receive a lot of food afterwards. Maybe we should save the fat in case we actually are starving. And this is like, again, I need to emphasize, this is how I interpret it and what keeps me doing it this way. However, when you have the longer fast and your body taps into fat stores and it sees that you will continue to feed it, it doesn't see the fat reserves as like need to save it for starvation mode. So the proper refeed and letting your body see that food's available, it's just not going to be at a set schedule. It's going to allow your body to tap into fat stores when it needs fuel, knowing that food is always available if necessary. So I haven't seen my metabolism slow down. I don't think I've ever made my body feel like it's starving, but I'm literally talking, I have never once done a long fast and not had a long up day of at least 6 hours. Every single time. I have longer than normal eating windows because I don't want that to pop up. That's my understanding of it. I'm certainly not the expert. I know there's a lot about refeed and fast, feast, repeat. I think, I'm trying to think, the 5-2 diet, I'm pretty sure talks about the importance of refeeding. But I haven't seen my metabolism slow down at all. And I think it's because I'm properly giving my body fuel in my eating windows as far as enough. Whew. Stephanie said, the one thing that pushed me to go to the gym after years of failure was finding a buddy. If they are waiting, you have to show up. Not forever, but until it's a habit. I love that idea. I wish I had friends on the same schedule, but thank you for sharing that. That is a really good idea. I found the same like accountability when you're like telling people, like my friend and I are reading the same, nothing to do with fasting, but the same concept. Her and I are reading the same book about parenting. It's like a Christian, it has a workbook with it. Because we're reporting to each other every single day, I'm much more accountable. And I think that would be the same thing with the gym. So great idea. Dawn says, so far I'm 0 of 2 with friends agreeing to join me. LOL. Oh, come on. Trying to get ahead of the New Year's resolution people in January. You know, I 100% understand. And I would be the friend that if a friend asked me, I'd be like, let's do something else together. Although I will say I enjoy working out so much more now that it's not like my weight loss goal. When I can do it and just do it for the energy, it's exciting. Like, like the rebounder, I have been consistently doing that. My mom was telling me, I think I said last week, that she does it to songs because then it's super fun. And I've been doing it to Uptown Funk, and I just funk out for almost 5 minutes when I do it. And it's a lot of fun. And I don't have anything in my mind like, did I burn calories? Did I this? And that really releases it. Walking is the same way. So, Dawn, I hope you find the balance you're looking for. I'm so badly wanting to make working out a habit. For me, it's just a time thing, like committing to it. And well, all of our gym equipment is shoved into one single spot right now, but I understand. And I wish us both luck. I am actually tomorrow getting tested for ADHD, like a formal with a psychologist evaluation. And I'm hoping that will help me make routines too, because scatterbrain isn't working for me lately. JS Wilk, it's the best I can come up with. Can I ask a question? Of course. I'm down 93 pounds. I'm fasting 20 to 22 hours a day. Can you explain up days and down days? Because I'm a little lost. Yes. So I mostly do 1 meal a day. So that is my almost everyday plan, is eating mainly dinner, sometimes lunch, sometimes breakfast. But in any single day period, I eat 1 meal a day, much like you, fasting 20 to 22 hours a day. For me now, it's mostly special occasions. When I want to go out of town and eat all day if I wanted to, or if I want to, go to my grandparents' house and have Thanksgiving dinner and then eat later at my in-laws for more pie, and that eating window is going to be super long, I will treat the days that I want to eat more than normal as up days. So then intentionally, I have the day before a down day. There are 2 different ways you can do down days. One, you completely fast the entire day. I find myself, the longer I fast, I do those more than I eat because it's just simple. There's nothing to count. I feel pretty good on down days. I don't have to measure anything. There's no prep. Essentially, there's no prep. So a down day, you can completely fast. And then that can turn into 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, however long you're comfortable and wanting to do. Or you can do, and I did this way much more the earlier in my fasting journey, and I still do it on occasion, down days where I eat 500 calories or less. I can't think of who wrote about the 500 calorie down days. Was that in 5-2 Diet? And then maybe, I don't know, there's a few authors that write about it. One of them switched to 800 calories in a down day. I still stick to 500 because I started with it and it worked well. You eat one single 500 calorie meal, you could break it up, but to me, that wouldn't work to break up 500 calories throughout the day. One 500 calorie meal, you stop your fast, you have that 500 calorie meal, you start a new fast after the 500 calorie meal, and then the following day, you have an up day. And the up day is total opposite of intentionally eating less, where you ate 0 to 500 calories. The next day, I don't count calories, but I make sure I have at least a 6-hour eating window, which is much longer than normal. It's generally much longer than 6 hours. So if I started eating at noon and I close my eating window at 10 p.m., no big deal. I intentionally eat 2 meals, at least a 6-hour eating window. and it's more than I normally eat. So the down is followed by an up, and that gives your body variety. You're not going to have this be stuck in a rut. You're going to have the benefits of the longer fast. And then you also have, for me personally, mental benefits of the flexibility to accommodate days where I eat more and it feels intentional. So that's how I do it. Whew. I hope that made sense. That's similar to what I experienced my second 72-hour fast. My weight dropped very little and I was confused why it was holding on to my fat. You're an expert in your own experience. Well, thank you very much. I just always want people to understand that I have no medical expertise and I don't want to ever seem like I do, but I do appreciate, I've definitely had a lot of experience with fasting. Let's see, 93 pounds. I love seeing you guys congratulate each other. Hey, Jackie, how are you, friend? I'm doing well. I hope you are too, Karen. Also, like total side note, someone was asking if I was a coach and I said no, but I sent them to the video where you're highlighted as a coach. So hopefully someone finds you. Let's see, it's crazy week and my OMADs this week are lunch, which helps simplify my day. Yay. I love that. You can move it to what works for you, what makes your day, your life easier. And that's perfect. Yes. I know I saw, you're right, Michael Mosley. I think you're right that he was the one that came out with actually a subscriber sent me his updated book on the 800 calories that he passed away in Greece, I think. But yes, I love his book and I have it sitting right around the corner. Oh, yay! She messaged you. That was quick. Wow, that was not long ago. So woohoo. Anyone that's interested, Karen coaches. I don't coach. But yay, I love seeing that you guys are talking to each other, cheering each other on. My half an hour has passed. It is time for me to get ready to go get my kiddos from school. And then, I hang up my content creator hat and I start mom life. So I have enjoyed talking with you guys. I will see you guys live next week. I just scheduled all the way out through November, which is crazy. But I will be, shorts every day, Tuesday, Saturday videos, and live next Wednesday. Thank you so much for hanging out. Always enjoy chatting with you guys. See you next week.